I don't think I wrote that. Oh, wait. The ground froze solid that night with their passing, and every day after that, a sharp, steady wind blew out of the forest, carrying whirls of stinging snow. I have no memory of this line, but I think I probably did write that. It's entirely possible that I wrote that. Let's find out. Yes, and it's from Spinning Silver, which would have been my guess. A second guess would have been Blood of Tyrants. That felt to me like one of my sentences. To light a candle is to cast a shadow. I don't believe I wrote that. I like it. It's nice. Ursula Le Guin, A Wizard of Earthsea. Yeah, I love that book in particular. That line is obviously so much about what that book is about. Being useful to others is not the same thing as being equal. I don't think I wrote that. Oh wait, it's possible Temeraire would have said that late in the Temeraire series. So it's possible that I wrote that. No, that's N.K. Jemisin, The Obelisk Gate. Amazing. All right, well, you know, it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. And that is Jane Austen, not me. Alas. Too young to be much surprised at being addressed by a dragon, she industriously squirmed a small hand beneath the leather harness and scratched away, heedless of the inch-long fangs nearby, to the dragon's loud appreciation. That is me, and that is my version of Elizabeth Bennet in Dragons and Decorum. There was a song in this forest too, but it was a savage song, whispering of madness and tearing and rage. And I'm pretty sure that's me from Uprooted. Yes, it's interesting because I thought I would be terrible because I have no memory for specific lines typically that I've written, but there's something about the sentence construction that sounds right in my head as I'm saying it. Home is behind, the world ahead, and there are many paths to tread, through shadows to the edge of night, until the stars are all alight. I did not write that. That has a vaguely Tolkien-esque feel to me. Is that Tolkien? J.R.R. Tolkien, The Fellowship of the Ring. When your rage is choking you, it is best to say nothing. I don't think I wrote that. I feel like I've read it. I don't know who wrote it though. Octavia Butler, Fledgling, yes. I'm not sure that I disagree. It is in fact probably best to say nothing, but mostly my philosophy is no, yell at people. A robber who steals a knife and cuts himself cannot cry out against the woman who kept it sharp. And that is me. That's from Spinning Silver. I stole it from, I think from one of the famous rabbis. You can't actually be considered blamed if someone is injured when they've started to hurt you. There's something wrong in not appreciating one's own special abilities, my girl. Find your own limitations, yes, but don't limit yourself with false modesty. I did not write that. I'm not sure that I've read this. I should never say that because you will turn it up and it'll immediately be a book that I've read like 20 times. Anne McCaffrey, Dragon Singer, a book that I have indeed read at least 20 times. That book landed for me when I was about 10 years old. It's such a lovely little bite-sized book, and I feel like I read that over and over and over. He could scarcely have imagined even saying such a thing a year ago. He did not like to think it now, but honesty put the words into his mouth. I think I wrote that. That's from Temeraire. I'm not sure who's speaking. It could be either Lawrence or Temeraire. I think Throne of Jade. That's Lawrence then. Yes. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. I did not write that. That is from Goodnight Moon, which I read to my daughter many, many, many times. Margaret Wise Brown. Don't wish, don't start. Wishing only wounds the heart. That's a lyric from a Disney song, and I don't remember which one. My child is now 13, so it's been a while. Oh, no, of course, I'm wrong. That's why I do remember it. It's because my child is 13 and is very much into Wicked, and I think has sung that song. Paranoid, probably. But just because you're paranoid doesn't mean there isn't an invisible demon about to eat your face. I like that line. I don't think I wrote it. I'm not sure who. Jim Butcher, Stormfront. He tried to rouse the old dragon from his stupor as he had so many times before, and as always, he failed. And I am gonna cheat like a cheating cheater and say, Wow, could that be Chris Paolini? And the reason that I'm saying I'm cheating is because I watched Chris's video doing this and he gave him that line and I think he got it wrong. And so I have the benefit of that. Yes. It was hard to be frightened of the unknown when the unknown kept chickens. I love that line. I did not write it. I don't know that line. T. Kingfisher, nettle and bone. Yes, that's got a flavor of her. Yes. It is not too much to ask that at least one of my offspring not embarrass me on the field. You know, this is something that if I didn't write this, I've heard it. Why? I think it might be me. Yes, okay, Naomi Novik, Araminta or The Wreck of the Amphidrake. Yes, that's a short story. I'm embarrassed not to remember that because I just was rereading it. I wrote the story many, many years ago, but this is going to be one of the stories in Buried Deep, the new anthology that's coming out. So I just recently proofread it. The curse of much knowledge is often indecision. Very true. I don't think I wrote that. The Dragon Parthernax from Skyrim, a great game. I started playing Skyrim and Witcher 3 at the same time, and Witcher 3 won. A leader is a dealer in hope. Not me, not sure who. Napoleon Bonaparte. I mean, I think he said it in French. So maybe if you put up the French line, I might have gotten it. His name tasted of fire and wings, of curling smoke, of subtlety and strength, and the rasping whisper of scales. And that is me, and that is from Uprooted. It is Sarkhan, the dragon. All magic comes with a price, dearie. I did not write that. I feel very strongly about this line. I agree with that line very much. I don't know, I might guess The Princess Bride. Rumpelstiltskin, Children's and Household Tales, Brothers Grimm. So that's a specific translation, but core to that short story. My anger's a bad guest, my mother likes to say, comes without warning and stays a long time. And that is me. That is Elle from A Deadly Education. But you know as well as I, patriotism is a word, and one that generally comes to mean either my country, right or wrong, which is infamous, or my country is always right, which is imbecile. I know that line. I don't remember who said it. I've obviously read it. Who said that? Someone I will recognize as soon as it comes up. Let's find out. Patrick O'Brien, Master and Commander. Listen, everyone is entitled to my opinion. I like that. I don't think I wrote it. Madonna. Excellent. There's no such thing as normal people, I said, a desperate flailing. There's just people, and some of them are miserable, and some of them are happy. And you've the same right to be happy as any of them, no more and no less. I think I wrote that. That feels like something I wrote. I don't remember from where. Let's find out. Naomi Novik, The Last Graduate. I don't really want a white horse and a carriage. I'm thinking more of white Porsches and carrots. I don't know where that's from. I've never heard that. Cardi B, Girls Like You. That's the duty of the old, to be anxious on behalf of the young, and the duty of the young is to scorn the anxiety of the old. I did not write that, I don't think. Wonder who did? No, I don't have a guess. Philip Pullman, The Golden Compass. I should rather have you than a heap of gold, even if it were very comfortable to sleep on. And that is Temeraire from His Majesty's Dragon. What's interesting is I don't recognize them. When I read them, I recognize the voice, the character, the narrative voice, and then I can usually figure out, reverse engineer, which ones were mine. That was pretty good. That was fun. I like this game. We can keep going.